What's up, guys? It's November 27th, 2013. I'm going to answer a few questions for Miss Monie from Minnesota for her college project. So I'm going to try to cruise through this because I know YouTube has a time limit. Okay. 3 words that others would describe you by. I asked my roommate last night and he came up with kind, charming, and honest. I think he hit the nail on the head. Thanksgiving's coming up soon. What are you most thankful for this year? I'm thankful for my health, foremost. I'm thankful for the opportunities that I'm presented with right now, and I mean that in just the opportunity that is here in this country, in America. We can be whatever the fuck we want to be without having to worry about persecution for being yourself. There's many flaws with our system, but it could be a lot worse. I know you're working other jobs and going to school. What are you going for, and what are your other jobs? I'm going to school to become a phlebotomist, and I can go for my certification next month, so wish me luck. What are my other jobs? Once in a while, I'm talking about like once in a blue moon, I strip. That's how I got into like the adult entertainment, so to speak. I also work in nutrition at a local hospital. What did you want to be when you were growing up? I used to want to be a doctor, and then I realized I love art, and I used to tell my parents I was going to be an artist. I was nominated Most Artistic in high school. Okay, what kind of person were you in high school? What kind of cliques would you say you were in? My freshman year and my freshman and sophomore year were particularly difficult because I still felt kind of new to the town. I went to a high school other than the town that I lived in. My parents didn't like the curriculum there, so they sent me a town over, which was predominantly white, and I mean, I'm not particularly ethnic, but I'm a half and half. I'm half Italian, half Filipino. A lot of people think I'm Hispanic. And I don't know why I felt like race was such a big thing there, but I felt like a minority, and I hung out with like the minorities, and there really weren't many. There was only a handful, and we would all sit together at lunch and be minorities together. But towards the end of sophomore year and then on, my friendships definitely broadened, and I didn't really run with a specific clique at that point. I was very much one of those floaters. Okay. Where do you see yourself 10, 20 years from now? Do you want to be married? Kids? In 20 years, I hope I am married happily. I probably won't be doing porn. I want to have a career by then. Maybe it will continue to be in the medical field, or maybe I'll own some sort of clothing line. I love clothes and fashion and that sort of shit. I'm not much of a businessman, but who's to say? 20 years is a long time, a lot can happen. So we'll see. I want kids. I definitely want kids, and I want to make them myself, the old-fashioned way. I'm gay. I identify as gay. I mean, I'm not to label it, fuck labels, but whatever. I want to raise my kids with my partner, with my man. But I definitely want to make it the old-fashioned way, from my loins. Alright, losing my place. How did you get into porn? My good friend Max Ryder started working for a small Canadian adult site. At first he was blogging for them, and then I think he did a couple scenes. And I was like, damn dude, that's pretty cool, hook me up. He hooked me up with a scene, and then he got with Cocky Boys. I saw how well he was doing there, so I kind of followed in his footsteps. I applied and they called me later that day. The rest is history. I've been following you on Tumblr for a while, and I've noticed that a lot of people tend to ask you a lot about your sexual preferences and just say random fucking shit about you. Personally, I've always felt you're just a normal guy who works and goes to school, fucks who he wants, but do you feel like people tend to categorize you as hypersexual? Yes, I definitely feel I am perceived as a hypersexual being, and that's not too far off the mark. However, what you see online is definitely exaggerated. There's so much more to me, you know, and I get it, it's the nature of the beast. I'm a porn star, so you know, it is what it is. Are there double standards you noticed because you work as an adult entertainer? Double standards, I'm not sure I understand that. Like, double standards for being an adult entertainer. My friends in my personal life think that it's like really is like all play, but they don't realize how much work goes into creating a sex scene. It's not cut camera, go fuck. It's a lot of stop and go. Shooting days last. My longest one for consecutive sex was like 7 hours, and that's just unnatural. And that it's not that sometimes it can. It's not all it's cut out to be. Double standards. Do you ever get away with anything? Not really. I do what the fuck I want, and I am responsible for my actions. I definitely own what I do, but I'm not sure if I get away with anything. Have I been turned by someone or someplace? I haven't been turned down by any places. I mean, like maybe like a place of work. I can see how that would be an issue. I don't plan on becoming a politician, or I'm sure there's many other occupations where this will be an issue, but not ones immediately that affect me. I'm in the medical field already, and there has been a bit of a scandal at my other place of work, but it blew over, and the two don't clash, they don't correlate, so that was okay. But for people, yeah, I don't know if you saw on my Tumblr, a couple months ago I went on a date with this kid from Yale, and I didn't tell him off the bat I was a porn star. I didn't want him to judge me. I got good vibes from him, and I thought there was a lot of potential for us as a relationship, so I kept that under wraps. But other than that, I was very honest with him, and I wanted to tell him on my own time, you know, let him get to know me first before putting me in that category, you know, just writing me off. So we went on this great date, we got supper, we went to a party, some Yale fuck party, where these Yale fucks were sitting in their cute cocktail dresses and their cute sports coats with their thumbs up their asses talking about their cute Yale degrees. That's fine and well. Like, power to these people, they worked hard to get where they are at, but it was definitely not my scene, and I was worried that I was going to get recognized, but no one said anything to me. You know, there were a lot of gay guys there, but no one was like, oh shit, it's Ricky Roman. And I was like, phew.